We're down here in Peel Forest. I'm going to meet the family behind this lovely product. Hey Brian, how's it going?
Good, Scott. Great.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah, it was nice of you to bring the good weather. I really appreciate it.
So, you've got your farm down here at Peel Forest. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's unusual from a few points of view. One, it's only 280 acres and we run 250 cows. We lease a, should I say, 40 hectare runoff down the road, and we have another 40 hectare support block down at Clearwaters. We're at 220 metres above sea level. We get far too much snow, and especially recently, and we've got two soil types, one quite free draining and one heavy, that's pretty useful in these wet conditions to manage.
Yeah, and how long have you been on this farm?
Coming up 16 years, and we started the usual sort of route through the dairy industry in terms of, well, maybe we didn't start with the dairy industry. We both trained in horticulture and met at Lincoln, worked in landscape nurseries down in Southland, did a landscape plan for a dairy farmer, and said to Jackie, let's give this a go. And so we were a married couple for a year, herd manager for a year, shear milking for 6 years, and leased a farm across the river for a year while we bought this place and moved from shear milking to farm ownership. So that was 16 years ago we moved in here.
Oh wow. And the farm's fully organic?
Yeah, while we were shear milking and had income coming from across the river on that property, we started the transition to certification because we had cash flow coming in from over there, and we had to be pretty conservative at the time because Fonterra was not yet created, and there was a moratorium on new suppliers at the time. So we had to be, yeah, as I say, pretty conservative.
Yeah. And you found alternative means with the yogurt?
Well, yeah, when we bought this place called Peel View, the immediate idea was to add value to that view, or if you like, take from that view and use it. So we'd like to think we're adding value to the view.
Yeah.
In a number of ways. And we knew nothing about milk processing, and so that was another chapter and another little journey that took us off on quite a tangent, which we're still on really, but it's been pretty exciting and we certainly have no regrets. So here we are in the yogurt factory that we talked about earlier, Scott, and the milk comes in through this stainless steel pipe, through this filter, which is the same as what we have for Fonterra and our farm safety program. So the milk's filtered twice along this pipe here, and it's connected to one of 3 batch pasteurisers. The closest ones are 800 or 900 litres in capacity. They're a triple skin vessel, so we circulate hot water around the outside, pasteurise our milk. The milk actually comes in about 5:30 every morning, hot, straight from the cows. So it's about as fresh as you can get. So it arrives in here at 30 degrees roughly, and we take that temperature up to about 90 to pasteurise it, denature the proteins. We cool it back down, we add our good bacteria, mix her up for a few minutes, pump it through the filling machine, and for different flavours we add whatever's appropriate. And the product is incubated for 12 hours, it's chilled, it's packed into cardboard boxes, strapped onto pellets, and it's ready to go out to market more or less 24 hours after it comes out of the cow.
Wow.
So it's real fast.
So you basically built everything from scratch on the farm?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a dairy support farm before we arrived, and we had to build a cow shed and re-fence it, put a water reticulation system in, and we got lucky and found irrigation water, which was rather fortunate. And in the process of building the cow shed, it was suggested, our budget being what it was, that we use a shipping container instead of a cow shed. So that little shipping container triggered the idea for this factory, really. It was with stainless steel walls. They're very hygienic to maintain and clean. And they're modular, so as things grow you can cut walls out, and things have grown a little bit like Topsy, but here we are. From the batch pasteurisers, the milk comes through to this vessel here. It gravity feeds down into these filling heads. 4 pots at a time get filled. The conveyor belt takes them along. A lid is put on top. It's pressed on here. Each pot is date stamped with the use by date and the date at which it's actually filled. So we know that that pot came at a certain point in that batch of yogurt, so it's very, very traceable. On the collection table, from there they are put into the incubation trays, stacked up to the red line on the wall, and pushed through into the incubation chamber.
What's your favourite yogurt? What's your favourite flavour?
Well, the natural yogurt is still my favourite, just because I like the cream on top. It's got no additives, no added sugar. You can use it for curries or for sweet things if you want to add some fruit and honey or whatever. So it's quite versatile to have in the fridge.
Yeah.
And we make rice pudding as well, which is a little bit embarrassing because we sell more rice pudding in Auckland than we do yogurt, and Auckland's a really different market from everywhere else in the country, and we're not sure why.
So Brian, what was your reasoning before entering the South Island Farm of the Year?
Well, I guess initially it was just the awareness that as an organic farming system we contribute or can contribute a great deal more to the wider the rural primary industries in terms of the fact that we minimise the loss of nutrients to groundwater with our soil management. Our mixed pasture species that we have can minimise greenhouse gas emissions by 50% straight away. And if we get it right, and it's not easy, and there's certainly not all organic farmers get it right, but we can sequester carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere through photosynthesis and lock that up in the soil. And I know the debate on climate change is alive and well, but farmers are part of the problem, but we're also very much part of the solution. And I guess I feel real pride in what we can contribute and what we do contribute.